Good morning, students. I am Dr. Abhishek Bajpayee from Government Rajiv Pandey College, Bhatagaon, Raipur. Today, we will be discussing about the second semester PG English Literature topic, that is from prose, that is Unit 5. The name of the lesson is The Prince from Niccolo Machiavelli. So let's start with the topic. The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli is an extended analysis of how to acquire and maintain political power. It includes 26 chapters and an opening dedication to Lorenzo de' Medici. Machiavelli's intention is to discuss in plain language the conduct of great men and principles of princely government. He told that by fortune or strength, a prince can acquire a new principality. There are basically 26 chapters in the book. I must mention those chapters. Those chapters are: number 1, the kind of principalities and the means by which they are acquired. Number 2 is hereditary principalities. Number 3, mixed principalities. Chapter 4 is a detailed discussion of why Alexander's successors were able to retain their kingdom even after his death. Fifth one is how to govern cities and principalities that prior to being occupied lived under their own laws. Number 6 is conquering new principalities by own arms or ability. Seventh one is concerning new principalities with arms and fortunes of others. Eighth one is concerning those who become prince by evil means. Ninth one is concerning the civil principality. Chapter number 10 is how the strength of all principalities should be measured. 11th is concerning ecclesiastical principalities. 12th one is concerning various kinds of troops and especially mercenaries. Here Machiavelli discusses in detail that can we trust on these mercenaries? Would be they loyal to us or any other king, those who hire them? 13 is concerning auxiliary, mixed and native forces. Here he discusses how various types of forces such as native men or countrymen, soldiers from other kingdom who come to our help, as well as mercenaries, how will they participate in a battle and how will they coordinate and how to retain their loyalty or how to check them from being rebel. 14th is a prince's concern in military matters. 15th is concerning things for which men and princes especially are praised or censored. 16th is liberality and parsimony. 17th is concerning cruelty. Here Machiavelli discusses whether it is better to be loved than to be feared or the reverse. 18th is in what way princes should keep their word. 19th is the need to avoid contempt and hatred. 20th chapter is whether fortress and many other expedients that princes commonly employ are useful or not. 21st is what a prince must do to be esteemed. This is more about the strategies and policies of a prince. 22nd is concerning the prince's ministers. 23 is how to avoid flatterers. 24th is why the princes of Italy have lost their states. Basically, this 24th chapter why the princes of Italy have lost their states is the basic theme for which this book has been written. 25th is concerning the influence of fortune in human affairs and the manner in which it is to be resisted. And 26th and the final chapter is an exhortation to free Italy from the hands of barbarians, and exhortation to free Italy from the hands of barbarians. So these were the 26 chapters. Now we'll talk about the various divisions of the book according to the theme. These 26 chapters can be divided into 4 sections. First section can be from chapter 1 to 11. Basically, chapter 1 to 11 discuss the different types of principalities or states, citing various other examples from Darius, Alexander, Milan, etc. The second section is from chapter 12 to 14, which discusses different types of armies and proper conduct of a prince as a military leader. Then the third section may be from chapter 15 to 23. It discusses the character and behavior of the prince. And the last section is from chapter 24 to 26. It discusses Italy's desperate political situation. The final chapter is a plea for the Medici family to supply the prince who will lead Italy out of humiliation. Chapter 24 to 26, as we all know, Italy, who was being crushed by the barbarians and struggling at that time, and Machiavelli, who was a native person of Italy, he was ashamed of the situation of Italy and he considered Italy as one of the greatest kingdom. So chapter 24 to 26 is very important, where Machiavelli suggests the Medici family, the prince, to regain and then to retain the political power and glory of Italy. Machiavelli mainly discusses 4 types of principalities. The first one is hereditary principalities, which are passed on from one generation to another. Second is mixed principalities or existing territories. These are basically based on the current situations. Third is new principalities obtained by own power or power of others or the help of others, and by extreme cruelty or by the will of people. And fourth one is ecclesiastical principality or papal status belonging to the Catholic Church. So in this fourth principality, we see that Machiavelli has never ignored the importance of church. That means church was also a center of power and politics in its time. There are 4 types of armies. Now we will talk about the armies. First one is hired soldiers, which are dangerous and unreliable. Machiavelli suggests that if a hired soldier or a group of hired soldiers, if they understood that your kingdom is weak, then after helping you, they will again attack on you and they will loot you or they will kill and then run away. Second one is auxiliaries, troops provided by other rulers. Machiavelli suggests that a prince should keep a close watch on these troops because they are also not reliable. Third is native troops, that means one's own citizen. He considers them the most reliable one. And fourth is mixed troops, that is a combination of native and hired troops. They are less desirable. And the third section where we come, that is the character and behavior of a prince. Machiavelli suggests the prince should not be generous. He says, in his second point, he says, it is better to be cruel than to be merciful. Machiavelli, in his third point, suggests that it is better to break promises if they are against his interest. The fourth one is to maintain goodwill among the countrymen. This is the most important thing. Fifth one is princes should choose wise advisors and avoid flatterers. After all these things, Machiavelli discusses Italy's current political situation, the situation at his time. He says that Italy's rulers have lost their states by ignoring political and military principles. In the final chapters, he claims that Medici family can free Italy from foreign domination by following Machiavelli's principle. Machiavelli draws his examples from the current political and social events. He mentions various individuals and families. The first one is the Sforza family. The Duke of Milan. He again and again mentions that Francesco Sforza, who was a common man but became the Duke of Milan because he was always ready for a war and he was always well prepared. Second is Borgia family. He discusses them also. He explains that they were the most corrupt people and that was the reason for their downfall. And third one is the Medici family. Lorenzo de' Medici, the prince, who was the grandson of Lorenzo the Magnificent. The prince which we are discussing right now, the book, is dedicated to Lorenzo de' Medici. And he also discusses about Pope Leo X and Pope Julius II and King Ferdinand of Spain and King Charles VIII, ruler of France. Machiavelli in detail discusses the duty of a prince. He says to maintain a kingdom, a king must give prime importance to the art of war. Machiavelli has also written a book named Art of War. He discusses Francesco Sforza, who became Duke of Milan from a position of a common man because he was always well armed and prepared for any war. He suggests that a prince should not be greedy for gold. He should be courageous. The king should know the right use of generosity. He quotes the example of Caesar. He later says that a prince should live with miserliness. A prince should always be ready to show his skills without hesitation. A prince should never try to capture women or money of his own countrymen. This is the most important point, that a king should never directly order or try to loot or try to grab neither women nor money or property of his own countrymen. This is always to be avoided to gain their confidence. This will give him esteem and respect. It is better to be loved than feared. A prince should always keep a close watch of his army and countrymen so that they could not rebel against him. Like Scipio, who provided more freedom to them. Scipio was too much generous. As a king, he provided more freedom to army as well as countrymen. There was no flaw in his style, in his justice, but Machiavelli suggests that providing them more freedom was a reason that his countrymen and the soldiers went against him. Machiavelli cites example of the kingdom of Darius, who were defeated by Alexander, Darius died in that war, and Alexander's successors were united, and they enjoyed the kingdom for a long time, even after the death of Alexander. He later explains how the Romans fought among themselves, and it proved the cause of their fall. A king should always avoid these type of things. According to Machiavelli, there was a need of a new prince for the liberation of Italy from the barbarians. The writer again displays his faith in Lorenzo de' Medici, who he says a proper strike can free Italy. The objective of the book is to advise Lorenzo de' Medici on how to build up his own kingdom and hopefully unite all of Italy under a single rule. Machiavelli feels a ray of hope in Lorenzo de' Medici, who should follow his principles and regain the glory of Italy. So, dear students, this was the explanation of the prose of semester 2, Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince. This is the first section of my video. I hope you might be benefited from the content. I would be coming up very shortly with the second part of my video, which would consist of the main lines, main important quotations, main important lines from the book, as well as a few questions important from the point of view of your examination. Thank you.